name's John Allen and I'm the chairman of Showlight, and it's my privilege to be looking after Showlight this year because it's been a long time getting here, some 3 to 4 years in the planning, and here we are finally, 3 or 4 days of the event and then it's all gone. Showlight. Why is Showlight important to us? Showlight is important to us because it is a time for people in the industry, particularly lighting designers and those related to all the lighting supply chains, that's manufacturers of lighting equipment, programmers, specifiers, engineers, designers, for them all to come together and speak to each other on a networking basis that is not commercially based. Yes, we have an exhibition that goes on at the same time as Showlight, and people attend that exhibition, and they attend that exhibition as exhibitors to sell their wares, but they will still mix, and they will still work together, they will still enjoy each other's company, and that is a process which is probably unique to Showlight. Virtually no other exhibition or trade show does anything like that at all. Everybody stays very much within their own sphere, but they stay very, very close to each other. But here we mix people up. So you will get an engineer from Roby sitting on the same table as a salesman from Clay Packy, who will also be sitting next to the managing director of High End. Believe me, this is the only place, Showlight is the only place where that can happen.
I'm Jeff Ravitz. I'm a lighting designer from Los Angeles, California in the United States. Very happy to be here today. I work predominantly lighting live events, live entertainment that's being shot for television. Although I do strictly live shows and strictly television shows, I mostly work on combinations of shows that have audiences but happen to be shot for live TV. One of the common misconceptions about lighting for television is that people think that it requires a lot of light. And of course it requires a certain amount of light, but too much light can be just as much of a problem as not enough light. So it's all about learning how to balance. I come from a theater background, and as such there were a number of things that I needed to relearn about how to light for the television experience from a standpoint of angle and the standpoint of color. Technology is moving forward all the time, and we're struggling to make sure that as we use LEDs that we can control the color and the intensity and the beam itself.
Sono Giuseppe Filipponio, faccio il light designer, lavoro prevalentemente in teatro, lavoro prevalentemente in Italia, questo lavoro è la mia passione, la mia vita, e vorrei che avesse una tutela maggiore da parte delle istituzioni, che fosse riconosciuto come un lavoro artistico in tutto e per tutto. Sono molto felice di fare questa intervista per l'Associazione dei Light Designer Spagnoli e penso che ci voglia molta più unità, molta più condivisione fra noi professionisti dello spettacolo, e soprattutto penso che abbiamo gli stessi diritti di chi compone musica, di chi fa scenografie, di tutti coloro che creano arte. Pure noi siamo dei creatori di arte, penso che tutto debba essere, il nostro lavoro debba essere depositato, deve essere riconosciuto, devono essere riconosciuti anche noi dei diritti d'autore, e che ogni volta che il lavoro che noi eseguiamo e mettiamo sul palco e facciamo sul palco debba essere riconosciuto, e debba essere riconosciuto sia artisticamente che economicamente, tramite appunto il diritto d'autore. Saluto tutti e vi ringrazio.
I'm Rob Halliday. I am a lighting designer, a lighting programmer. I write about lighting. I started doing that in school because it felt like a fun thing to do. I carried on doing that in Britain's National Youth Theatre, where you got to light shows and work with professional lighting designers during your summer holidays, which is like the best learning experience you can imagine. And I moved from there into touring shows and then working on big musicals around the world. And Showlight this year I'm at because now I've started doing a dance show with Oliver Eliasson called Tree of Codes, which I've loved every minute of because it's the most rewarding, challenging, difficult, exciting, beautiful show that I've worked on. So we're here talking about that. And from that, just being at Showlight with a bunch of other people who love lighting and love light and love what we do and understands the power of lighting and what it can do in the world, which I think if you're not into it, is quite hard to appreciate. But once you see what it can do and the way that you can control a show and direct people's attention and direct an audience to lead them through a show, it's the most powerful thing I think in entertainment, and that's why I love doing it.
Hello, my name's James Simpson. I work at the Royal Opera House in London. My job there is the lighting visualizer, and that means that I work with programs such as WYSIWYG to create virtual representations of our stage so that lighting designers can work on their shows before they get on stage. I'm here talking about a new technology we're developing at the Royal Opera House using virtual reality and augmented reality and mixed reality, which is using the Microsoft HoloLens or using mobile technology or using virtual reality. And what we're trying to do is to create a program which can be used by design teams to experience the stage before they get into the venue. So you can go into a rehearsal room or the stage space and see the entire set presented to you in full scale. You can walk around, you can interact with the set, move your lights around, and even dial in other people from other countries so you can all work together in a networks environment.
When I was about 10 at school, the drama master one term did theatre craft, and one week we looked at lights and I said, "Can I do this?" And did, without the faintest idea what I was up to. And then I was acting and doing backstage as a teenager, and I got to university, I did a physics degree, I annoyed my research supervisor by lighting too many shows, and he said, "Go away and light up the world." So I do. Then I started, while I was at university, I started going to Edinburgh Festival, learning a huge amount in fit-ups and working with a whole range of different shows that were touring in, learning how to make art happen quickly and well at the same time.
Hello, my name is Berta. I'm from Barcelona, but I'm studying and working in London. I started in lighting design in the United States, in San Francisco, and I was studying at university 5 years ago. And then I moved to London to pursue my career as a lighting designer and programmer, and I'm currently studying a master's in Central St. Martin's. The reason why I'm in Showlight is because coming to England, it was hard to restart my connections and my networking with everybody in the industry, and I didn't know a lot about the European scene. So Showlight has given me this opportunity to get in touch with the right people that are working in the industry nowadays, hear very interesting papers and speeches about what's going on and what people are working on, and also given me inspiration for the future career.
Hi, my name is Ken Billington. I'm a lighting designer and I'm from New York City. I work a great deal on Broadway, but I work all over the world doing theater. I've done almost 100 Broadway shows, lots of off-Broadway opera around the world, concerts, and anything to do with lighting. So I love lighting. And people always say, how did I get started? And the interesting thing is I turned the lights off when I was 8 years old in school, and I thought this was the best thing I could ever do. So I decided when I was a small child to be a lighting designer. Well, I didn't know the word lighting design, but I knew lighting. And so when I got into high school, I ran the stage crew, and then I started doing the community players and the amateur groups. And then I got out of school, I did summer theater in America, and I started doing all this theater and became a designer. And I must say, I did not go to university. I couldn't get in. So I just went to I lived just outside New York City, so I took some classes on Saturday mornings in lighting, and I became an assistant on Broadway when I was 19 years old. And by doing that, I worked for arguably the best lighting designer ever, a lady by the name of Theron Musser. And I did all these shows, all these musicals and plays, and then I started working for everybody, and then I ended that, and at the ripe old age of 23, I started designing off-Broadway and then Broadway, and always just wanted to do Broadway, but it was great. And the thing that I like to tell young people or people that are thinking of going into business, just you have to do it. You can read only so many books, but you really have to turn the light on, and you have to get a piece of material and put a colored gel in front of it, and then you say, oh, that doesn't look good or that looks bad, because you can make mistakes. Lighting isn't permanent.
Hello, I'm Isabel Nealon. I'm a light designer living in the Netherlands, based in Amsterdam. All my life I work with lights. I started in art school, and I started to make scenery. And when I was doing the scenery, I wanted to learn more from lighting, so I went to a theater to check it out. And during that period, light became my main scenographic tool. I started working in the field of dance and theater and outdoor location projects, but later on it expanded to architectural lighting, public lighting and public space.
Hi, I'm Walter Luzzu, member of Italian Association of Lighting Designer, editor of diseñador.it, and a lighting designer naturally. Very happy to be here and to meet the Spanish Association. We are going just to organize a lot of things in 5 minutes of talking. And I'm happy to introduce you some news that we want to share with everyone all around the world. Is the copyright of the project of lighting designers and the contract for lighting designer. I invite you to go on the website www.aaield.it and visit also my page walterluzzu.it if you want to see some tutorial very interesting. Thank you to all, and I hope to see you again.
Hello, my name's John Primrose. I run the Backstage Heritage Collection website at theatrecrafts.com, and I'm based in Exeter University in the UK, and I've been running the website for a few years now, trying to document as much as possible of the history of the entertainment technology. Started out as the Strand Archive website some years ago, and have been expanding it ever since to include lots of other different manufacturers. You can find the website online, the Backstage Heritage Collection, and please visit us and have a look at some of the history and how things developed and how equipment has evolved into what we're using nowadays.
Hello, my name is Jenny Kershaw. I'm a lighting programmer and I come from London. I was talking with some of your colleagues last night about a big project that we're doing next month with a lighting designer called Lucy Carter. It's 159 GLP impression bars, and we're pixel mapping the whole thing. I'm working on it for a whole month, and we've only got 2 days in the venue, which is going to be very challenging. They actually have a show in the middle, so we have to put everything in, make it work, then take it all out again, and then put it all back in the next day. It's at the South Bank Centre in London, and it's a collaboration with the English National Opera.
Hola, soy Juanjo Llorell, soy diseñador de iluminación y bueno, la verdad es que es una suerte poder estar aquí en el Showlight de Florencia, ¿no? Y poder compartir experiencias con amigos y con grandes maestros que bueno, que se le cae un poquito la baba al hablar con ellos. Todo este tipo de iniciativa ya por fin con una ciudad como Madrid, con un país como el nuestro, pues ya podemos empezar a entrar en todo lo que es el mercado internacional que hasta este momento pues bueno lo teníamos bastante distante, ¿no? Entonces bueno, pues estamos aquí también intentando presentar nuestra asociación y bueno, pasando un rato divertido, como os he dicho.
Hello, my name is Henk van der Geest. I'm from Amsterdam, a lighting designer. I started my career in opera But after some time, and I learned a lot being with the opera, but after some time I went to work more freelance and I learned to improvise. That's the start of my career, and I never stopped learning on my profession. I learn every day, I'd say, and that's where all my inspiration is from. Because there is no school in the Netherlands where I come from, I started Institute of Light Design for colleagues, young colleagues that want to become lighting designer, to not really to study, but to support them and to help them in their career. And that's what I'm doing. And so my career is now also changing into lighting for museums, for exhibitions, and I really love to do that. And that really makes my learning profile very interesting. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rick Fisher and I'm a lighting designer based in London, from the United States originally, but based in London. And we're here at Showlight 2017. I'm on the organizing committee, which I'm proud to be. And what's great about Showlight is it brings professionals together to talk about what they're doing. They don't talk so much about equipment, except in how it's useful, how it works, how it doesn't work, but how we're working to achieve better lighting for our productions or in our environment, and how we use light creatively. And it's a wonderful opportunity to meet other people who are, like myself, passionate about telling stories with light, whether on the stage or in the built environment. And we welcome all people from all over the world to come and talk about and share our love and our excitement and occasionally our frustrations with light. Thank you.
Just keep lighting. That's all I can say. Thanks.